Alright friends, here we are back again, getting ready to go into winter's embrace. Unfortunately, the last two videos I was recording, one stopped at 16 minutes because my space was full, and so it had to stop because I couldn't put any more data in the location. Which, before I did this, I had moved the recording location onto a 2 terabyte hard drive, the save location, and when I updated my graphics driver, which is an NVIDIA graphics driver, and when I updated my computer last night, it reset a bunch of my settings, and I don't know why they feel that they need to do that. So 16 minutes of one video didn't get recorded, and then about 28 minutes of another video didn't get recorded. And my recording software didn't let me know that it had stopped recording because I was doing a continuous play. I wasn't jumping out and getting back in. And so when I hit the buttons to turn the recording off, it said, okay, the recording had stopped at that time. So then when I was recording the next video, and then I got to the point to where I was going to save the video and then continue recording from where I was, it did the same thing. And then when I seen that it wasn't starting to record again, I'm like, well, what's going on? And then I found out that it was putting my saved videos into a location that only had like 29 gigabytes of space left in it. Fortunately, the first 3 videos that I recorded before that were not too large to take up the entire space that was left over. So here we are, getting ready to go back into winter's embrace, and man, we have to find 25 packs of chips, ketchup chips, and 25 bottles of maple syrup. So far we have only found 1 bottle of maple syrup, and I think we found 4 packs of ketchup chips. Let's go. We have 29 days, 6 hours, and 20 minutes left until July 31st at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time to where this challenge ends. Winter's embrace. So when we get back in here, I'll explain a little more of what happened. So now we're up at we're just above the hill overlooking the Mystery Lake. We had left from the logging cabin. When we were at the logging cabin and the first video stopped recording, there were about 14 minutes left to where I actually manually ended it, even though it had stopped at 16 minutes, to where we were repairing our clothing. The blizzard stopped, and it was a beautiful, bright, full moon night. So we went from there and walked up to the lookout tower. We stayed the night in the lookout tower and then went down the hill. This is what I don't get. The 14 minutes it stopped recording, and then when I started recording again at the lookout tower, it recorded another 5 minutes, which I don't understand why it even started recording if there wasn't enough. So when we left from the lookout tower, we made our way down the hill to the boxcars. We were attacked by one wolf after we threw a rock at it and scared it away. While it was running scared, it came back on us because there was no way out from where we were by the boxcars, and ended up attacking us. So we didn't get anything from that but a sprained wrist, and we stabbed it and it ran away. then where the video ends at the boxcar, we ended up going in and finding another rifle that was better than the one we had, and we swapped out the ammo out of it and put it into here and dropped the rifle inside the boxcar. We found another box of ammunition and a cleaning kit. So it was revolver ammunition, and we found a revolver inside there also. So when we were coming out, a blizzard was coming and we were freezing to death, and we were hurt way down almost to the heart, to where we could hear the heart beating in our eyes, our ears. And so as we were leaving the cart and we were walking back towards the back of the boxcars there at the derailment, another wolf attacked us. And even though that we shot at it, it didn't get scared, and it kept running and it got us. So we're nearly dead. And we're walking up the hill to get to here, and it's still a blizzard, and we were freezing, we were so cold. And when we were coming up over here, we had to stop and build a fire and sleep because we were nearly dead. Oh, and when we left the derailment, we had to use a stem, an emergency stem, because we were in the red. We were waving back and forth, and we could barely even move because we were wobbling. So after we took the emergency stem and climbed up the hill, we were freezing to death then because we were overweight and we were moving so slow because our ankles were broken from the fights with the wolves. Plus the second wolf that got us made us bleed, so we had to put a bandage on and all that. So then we got enough health to come back over here and to get in the cave. And then we walked over here and chopped a piece of wood, which we ended up getting really cold and almost died again. So we were wobbling back into the cave. Fortunately, we had a fire that still had 3 hours on it, and we were able to get warm enough to where we were stable and we weren't wobbling back and forth because we were getting ready to die. So we almost died 4 times in the last video, and it was really good. Man, I'm so upset. So then we finally made it to where we were able to go harvest that deer out there, the meat off of it. It had like 4 pounds on it. Then we ate that, and while we were cooking it, we had to sleep because we were still almost dead. And then we made some tea and we made some coffee, and we were able to drink the tea to get improved rest. And then we had just slept like 12 hours in a row, not in a row, because the first 6 hours, then we went and got more wood, then we put some more wood on there, and then slept the next time for another 6 hours. And I don't think we got the entire 6 hours on there. But so here we are now. We had just woken up, and how much rest do we have? We have 40 minutes, so we might as well. We're losing temperature right now because it's really cold in here. I don't think that we are able to sleep and get warmed up because that's only 7. So we can't even sleep right now. And I believe we used all the wood on the fire, but I think I held 3 pieces of wood back. No, I don't even have the 3 pieces of stick because I put those on there too. Okay. Well, we have to find some wood or we're gonna die. We searched this guy. Actually, the revolver we found right here. The revolver wasn't in the boxcar. This guy had the revolver. We searched him, and we put a flower on his grave. Okay, so we need to get out of here because the only wood that's left up here we have to chop, and we're getting very cold very quickly. We don't have any wood to make another fire. We might be able to make one with a book. Let's see. We don't even have a book, huh? Oh, that one. How much? 4 minutes? We have to at least make some coffee before we leave. So we're going to harvest this to get some. Look at our temperature dropping. This is brutal. That's why I took these for emergencies for this. If I just throw the torch in, it doesn't have a very good fire last. It won't last in a fire only like a minute. But when you harvest it, you get the full time from the sticks. So we have enough to make some coffee now to warm our coffee up so we don't go dying on us. But anyway, I'm sorry for the missing parts of the last 2 videos that I'm probably only going to make into one. I don't know now. I'm still recording and I haven't got any of that figured out yet. I just stopped recording long enough to find out why it wasn't recording, changed the save location for the video files, and then came back in. There wasn't a blizzard for while we were chopping the first log out there. It just came up. It was really good. I was like, wow, this is going to be a really good video. And then, man. So all the way from we missed everything in the lookout tower until I woke up and started the next video, which recorded for like 7 minutes. Oh, it probably won't let us drink this other cup of coffee. No. But we got to get some heat off of this. I'm glad I picked out these torches from those other fires. I'm going to save the other 2. But yeah, I thought we were going to. It would have sucked if we died in the last video, because then nobody would know what happened. It would just be, okay, here we go, started our second run to try to collect the maple syrup bottles and the ketchup chips. So it seems like we get an extra half an hour on that fire if we rest. So I'm going to try to sleep for an hour because it's 51 right now, and we should have enough time on there because it should go out just as we wake up. Uh-oh. And you can't cancel sleep either. Okay. Let's get out of here. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get to the dam. That's the last place we need to look here, and then we gotta get out of here. Rabbits are still running around. They must have changed that because I had never seen animals in the blizzards. So that must be a recent change from, I don't know, a month or so ago. Because the first time I ever, after years of playing this game, first time I ran into a wolf was during my stalker playthrough that I'm currently doing. So here's where we had to light the fire because we were almost dead. If we didn't light that fire, we would have never made it to the cave. It's not often I die unless it's from an animal due to the weather. Of course, I did 2 videos of that challenge where you have to visit the grave. Can't think of the name of it right now, but froze to death in that one. I know. We're gonna have to move it, move it, move it. I would like to check out this car over here at the loading area. I'm not sure if that's such a smart thing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We could just cut through there and be at the dam, but this is the only last area besides Allen's Cave, which I don't think ever has anything in it. We're not going to be reading any of these books.
Excellent.
Our knife is better than that one. Maybe not now that, because we did harvest deer meat. You never know. I'm going to take that. You never know. So let's get back over here to, not back over here, but let's get over to the dam. Oh, all right. We did find some new clothes, and we were repairing them at the time that the video turned off. So we did upgrade some of those. The reason I didn't take the tracks that I'm going this way is so we can get some of the food items over here. The birch bark and some oh, there's a guy. He has a knife too, huh?
Just what I need.
That one was 88. Because as we're losing condition, we really are going to need these birch bark. I think we have enough for 3 cups right now. As we're searching inside of the dam for any of those gold items, the chips or the syrup, we'll be able to restore the rest of our condition. Couple more of these and we'll be good. We gotta keep our ears on because there's a wolf over here. And since they don't disappear in the weather anymore, he could be just over there. I'm not going any further than here. But also, he could just be walking around up here by these trailers. We only need 2 of these, right? 2. Yeah. I'm only picking those for the calories. I'm actually not going to waste my time with those right now. Oh, you see that? Turn on the lantern, gives us a heap up. Our clothes are probably frozen right now. Well, they're completely wet. So that was one of the reasons why we switched out from our work boots to the trail boots. The work boots had a warm, they were like almost 2 degrees warmer, but these ones could absorb more moisture. So we switched that. And the work pants, we had to destroy our jeans because our gloves after the wolf attack were very damaged, so we were nearly losing those.
This stuff will come in handy.
I see that paint, but I'm not going to pick it up. Alright, there's some better mittens. Oh, good. It seems like we're going to have to might use another stem at some time. That was the first one I ever used in a gameplay when it was needed. Other times I just did it so I didn't have to wait at the bottom of a rope. So we have to get inside to where we can make a fire because we're not getting warm. Maybe if we could get in the bed over here. Was there a bed in that other cabin? I don't think there was. Was there? Ah. Okay. So the only reason that we're still getting cold inside is because we stayed so long outside and got wet that our warmth, we lost all that from being wet. Oh, we need to really repair that, but we don't have anything to repair it with. We might have to cut up one of these pillows. We probably could have refrained from doing that if we would have just went inside and whoops. Put that back on. $30 repair. Well, we won't be able to repair that in here. So we're getting cold. So 9 degrees in here. Let's see if we can make it. As long as it doesn't get any colder, we'll be okay. And hopefully by the time we wake up, our clothes will be dry enough to do some chores in here. I'm gonna do 4 at a time right now first. See if the temperature drops any lower than 31 in here. Doesn't seem like it. We're stable right now. So our clothes are dried out just enough to bring us over 31. So it's 33 in here now because our clothing dried out. You can't repair in the dark, that's right. Okay, and we don't have any more tea, right? Nope, okay. So, let's just see what we can't sleep either. Just gonna have to rest a couple times. We're gonna rest for 3 hours and then sleep for 2. Okay, our condition's getting back up there. Better eat something. We are well fed right now, so we do have a bonus to our weight carry. As you see, 77 pounds now, even though we have 104 pounds of stuff on us. I hope we don't get poisoned. Okay, I'm not too worried about increasing our cooking skill because we're just going to keep moving. And I think that we'll be doing okay. I think we'll do okay. Let's have another bag of these chips since it's Canada Day. Okay. And we found an MRE. Where did we find that MRE? I think we found it in one of the logging trailers. That might be in the video that cut out. We got too many of these. And then we got to get rid of these. I only picked them up to see which ones were better. Still too dark to do anything. It's just daylight, so we might be able to repair our stuff now. All right, 95. Our pants are still wet. Oh, we need 2 cloths for that. Okay, we're not gonna have any more cloth after this, so that's it for that. Ah, we should have did our gloves. This has more wind resistance right now, so as long as they're dry, when they get wet, we'll switch it. But as far as the wind resistance right now, that's what we're looking forward to right now. Okay. Time to get in that dam. Crouching down right now as we go out, just in case there's a wolf out here. Don't want to alert him to us. Maybe there's a bag of chips inside the glove box of this car. You know, the increased blizzards are kind of tricky.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Especially if we have to go to Paradise Valley. Because the blizzards there are bad enough as it is. Pretty windy, slowing us down. Wow. All right. Good amount of meat on that. We'll cook this when we get down to the second level of the hydro dam.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Well, I bet you impress all the girls. All right, here we are inside the Carter Hydro Dam. I don't remember when I started this, but I'm going to end this one right here and we'll pick it up when we come back. I'll see you in the next one.